Yeah,
Let's
perfect.
go.
So
Let's
yeah, why don't you
go.
tell me a bit about yourself and RampMeDaddy?
Um, Sweet. Yeah. Obviously my name is Andre. My co-founder, Trevor Hoffman and Slava Chabanov, who's also my brother, as you can probably figure out by the last name. Um, Founded we started off with a company called Trust Stack, which is a pretty powerful B2B infrastructure, and then we went through a full journey of building out a very sophisticated backend, getting a couple of institutional clients, having a lot of very dry sale processes to financial institutions, and then we went to a hackathon at Consensus, and we ended up, well, we thought, why don't we build something fun, and we ended up building a Telegram based crypto on ramping solution. And then fast forward about I would say 9 months, we've iterated the product to RampMeDaddy and what it is today. And what RampMeDaddy is, it's a next generation digital wallet inside Telegram. So we leverage account abstraction and a user-friendly interface to eliminate the complexity of crypto onboarding, funding, and trading, making it seamless for users to access meme coin markets and make peer-to-peer transactions.
Wow, that's really cool. So I guess from a less technical standpoint, because you kind of did answer it already, how would this differ from a regular crypto wallet?
Yeah, so we try to make it um, as familiar as possible. So if you look at most of the crypto wallets, you need to worry about seed phrases, you need to worry about creating an account, you need to worry about all of the nuances of the blockchain. We are, as far as I'm aware, we are really the only multi-chain wallets that gives you, in a way, a true banking or investment app experience with easy on and off ramping and ability to send payments globally. So right now we are backed by Stellar Foundation, and so we support Stellar chain, and we also support Solana chain. That's where most of the meme coin activity is. Um, what we offer is for you to have a USD balance, and you can buy whatever meme coin you would like, or whatever asset on Stellar that you may want to buy. You can do all of that without having to worry about the gas tank for Stellar, without the gas tank for Solana. You have a USD balance, and you're able to deploy that balance towards whatever cryptocurrency you would like. So I think that's our sweet spot, because I think for far too long, I mean, really, to this day, any crypto app it's crypto. So you need to be familiar with the blockchain and how how really each chain works in order to use it. What we offer is complete abstraction of that experience, where you have a USD balance. You can send it just like you would with Venmo or any peer-to-peer payment app, Cash App, or you can buy assets on different chains. So it doesn't matter if the asset is, and as we grow and scale and get customer feedback, we'll be adding additional chains. But really, when you try to buy, let's say, um some sort of a, let's say, collectible, or even stock, you don't think about, well, is it traded on um NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange? You want to buy it, and you buy it. So why does it matter what chain the asset is traded on? We make it easy, and that's the issue that RampMeDaddy solves. We started with meme coins just because it's the hottest market, and I think with the audience of meme coins, we can drive iterations and improvements of our platform the fastest. Um, and I think that's what you need to be successful. You need to iterate quickly with your product in this space, in this day and age.
So you
So
mentioned like the credit cards, and you're right. Like it's a big the onboarding and offboarding still needs a ton of work in crypto. Um, like so for just some back context, I'm in and out of Latam fairly frequently. My godson's Bolivian, and like for his birthday and Christmas, I send money, and I have to use the traditional method, and it's a giant pain in the ass. And I can't even do it online. I have to go to like Western Union or something. And his
mm,
birthday is in January. So I will like look out the window and see it, minus 20 and there's snow blowing. And I'm just like, God damn it. I have to like walk in this weather to send him money. Whereas if it was like USDC on Solana, I could just do it right from the comfort of my phone. But they don't know how to get that. I could send them the crypto, but they couldn't do anything with that. That's just magical internet money to them. Um, so I feel like I understand like the meme, but for me the coolest thing is like the money payment system. I think that's like a huge issue that needs to be fixed. So you say
yeah.
you can use credit card and debit card to purchase. Can you like just give me a brief walkthrough, like walk me through how to do that?
Yeah. So, and actually, just another, I guess, to actually go back on your comment as far as the global payments, not something that we have live right now, but it is something that's in the pipeline, and that's one of the beauties of being backed by Stellar Foundation. Is they're just plugged into so many what they call anchors and so many um, payment, I guess, on ramping and off ramping solutions. So one of the pieces that we have on the roadmap a little bit later, because we don't want to charge for P2P payments, but obviously as a business we need to generate revenue because we need to pay rent and stuff. But the long-term vision is with Stellar, we're able to plug into companies like MoneyGram. Now, MoneyGram has 300,000 locations where you can come to a physical location and either bring some cash and then deposit it to your down the road RampMeDaddy wallet, or if Matthew, in your case, you would send some money to your family that would receive it in their RampMeDaddy wallet, and then they would go and redeem it for cash at that MoneyGram location. So that's as far as the P2P payments vision that we have. It is still in the making. Like I said, that there's a decent, a healthier amount of revenue that we can make from meme coins, which will enable us to support the P2P payments free of charge, which I think that would be the right way to do it. And so that would really unite, and people wouldn't have to worry about, oh, is it on chain or is it not on chain? And one of the narratives that we're pushing is that when you use RampMeDaddy, you don't really think or know that you're using a crypto app. We're pushing for a native Web2 experience that people are familiar with and people can relate to, if that makes sense.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's perfect, and I can't wait for that global payment system to come out because I definitely have a need for that. Um,
Yeah.
and and like so you
And
mentioned. Sorry, go on.
no, I was just gonna say, and to address your question about the credit card and debit card, very straightforward. I mean, all of the RentMeDaddy um, app it's a non-custodial wallet, so you really just open the Telegram. Right now, we do have we require an email for you to join, but that's to only allow people that we basically invite, just to while we're still polishing off the product. But in the coming weeks, we will make it open to everyone. So if you type in at RentMeDaddy bot in Telegram, you will just have access to the app. You can deposit crypto to it, or you can just fund it with your debit card or credit card. We are partnered with MoonPay for on ramping. Right now, they've been a very strong partner when it comes to support of. I mean, globally, almost everywhere in the world. Um, so, and again, that's a very familiar process. I think MoonPay has services like 20 million people worldwide. That's why we decided to go with them. Um, but if you already have past KYC with MoonPay in particular, you literally just add your debit card, click fund, and you fund your RampMeDaddy wallet. Very similar experience of how it is with Cash App. Very similar experience to how it is with Venmo. So, and I guess, do you guys have Cash App and Venmo in Canada?
No, that's an American thing.
Well, yeah, it's super convenient. One of the most convenient. I would probably say that it's one of my favorite um, non Web3 payment apps where it's a P2P payment, but all of that is still you still are tied to a vendor. And if let's say Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, if they decide to not work with you, your assets are locked in. You don't have that ability to tap into that network anymore. With RampMeDaddy, like I said, it's just a UI for your custodial non-custodial wallet, and your keys, your crypto, and you can really do whatever you would like. So, and same thing for does that make sense for paying with card and with debit cards and credit
Yeah, yeah.
cards?
Just so you know, we have something called email transfer, where we have to email each other money, and
Mm,
it's not great.
nice. Uh, so actually, the first iteration of RampMeDaddy, what we built at Consensus Hackathon in Austin back in June. Uh, what we what we did is that you're able to send a text message, and that there goes a payment on Stellar network to that recipient. So um, so that was the initial iteration. So kind of similar, like what you said, Matthew, with the email, but inside Telegram. And then we iterated to have it more of a meme coin app and then global payments app. So, but yeah, very familiar with that.
It's not so much that it uses email, it just sort of like it uses email to tell the person you have money, and then you have to like select your bank, and then there's the security question, and
I
then
see.
if the person gets this has a typo with the security question, it's yeah, it's but in Canada we've got 5 banks and they kind of just say we set the rules, not you.
Right, and I think those days are over. Um, that's I mean, w-
Oh, they're
w-
fighting. They're
yeah.
fighting though. They are making they're trying their best to prove you wrong.
Yeah, I mean, on one side, I think if you're not a bad actor and you're not doing anything shady, then I think banks are like an important piece of the whole infrastructure. But I also think that it's time to uh, redistribute the infrastructure and make it accessible for everyone. I mean, United States, I think banking infrastructure is solid. Europe is also solid. But when you step out of those more developed countries, all of a sudden you can send or receive money. So I think it's crazy to me because it's 2025 and we're still having issues with that.
Oh, you have no idea. So going back to this, like the situation in Bolivia, they are going through
Hmm.
a hyperinflation crisis similar to what Argentina is going through now. And they just automatically converted any US dollar you had in your bank account to Bolivianos.
Wow. Are they going to
Like you have
launch a
no
meme coin too?
sorry?
Are they going to meme? Are they going to launch a meme coin like Milei did in Argentina as well?
Oh, they're not that tech savvy yet. But
You should lead the
Argentina did
initiative.
that 20 years ago. Any American dollar you had in the bank account, they automatically converted it for you. Um
Wow,
so
that's
it's like
that
history.
doesn't sound.
Yeah. So a lot of people, if you had like 10 grand in US dollars, you now have $10,000 in Bolivianos, well, probably less now when you consider that they're going through hyperinflation. So the bank of under your mattress is becoming more popular.
100%. And USD, if you have USD, nobody. I mean, yeah, if you have USD inside of your RampMeDaddy wallet, unless you choose to convert it into some other asset, obviously it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so but you're right about it. The banking system in other countries, it's not only poor, but it's very corrupt, and the average
Mm.
person is getting screwed over.
How are the tariffs? Are there any tariffs that United States is putting on Bolivia?
To be
I haven't
honest,
come up with.
Bolivia has already high tariffs. They're what is known as a
Mm.
protectionist country. Argentina is as well, and Anna can speak. To my knowledge, Brazil also is a protectionist country, where they basically have like 50+% tariffs um, on most stuff. And so that's why, like,
Wow.
you go if you want like Oreos, it's $6. If you want Bolivian made knockoff Oreos, it's like 30 cents.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's. But I also think that those are things are just expensive to buy and import, right? Like I'm looking at the chart right now, not to get completely sidetracked by tariffs, but it looks like Bolivia is at 10%, and that's what was originally threatened, and that's the updated rate. Um, but I mean, I think regardless, I'm hoping that the dollar is going to get stronger. I think that United States and USD is still going to have um, the dominant presence over the stablecoins market. And what our vision and goal is to make it easy for people that are not crypto oriented to use stablecoins, to use crypto yield generating products, and also have fun with it on the meme coin side if they choose to do so.
Yeah, and uh there's one thing I want. This is a pretty loaded question. I feel like the next question I'm going to ask you is like we could have just made the whole space about this. Um so you already mentioned this was a hackathon project it was
Huh.
consensus, right? Like can you tell me about what
Yeah.
that was like? Like did you go into this like we want to build this, or did you just go in like what do we do, and you just started writing potential ideas on a whiteboard?
Um, so I mean, definitely amazing story behind it, and I see that Slava joined the spaces as well. Slava is our co-founder, CTO.
What's
So
up, Slava?
Is that
um, yeah, so Trevor and I, we got there a little bit earlier. I think maybe like a day earlier, and we've been just hanging around, meeting people, talking to the hackathon organizers. EZA, by the way, amazing guys. If we do hackathon ever again, that's we would do their hackathon. With I mean. Amazing team, but anyway, so and then Slava flew in a day later, and he just came in hot with an idea. He was like, well, why don't we send payments via Telegram? And we were sold on it as soon as he said it. It took him about a day and a half to whip it up, and we were there to have fun with it. So we at that time we've already built Trust Tech, and Trust Tech is a B2B2C infrastructure provider that we sell to companies that either offer crypto or want to offer crypto, but they don't know where to start. So we kind of have that package as a plug and play. And at that time, we were just starting out, and we were thinking, well, why don't we build a retail facing app on top of it? And then we went through a couple of iterations of the of thoughts and ideas with Trevor, and then Slava came in hot with the Telegram payments idea. So ran with it. And at the hackathon there was a number of different paths that we could take. I think some of there was a Bitcoin path, maybe a Polkadot path, and Stellar one. So we decided to choose the Stellar route, and we built it. And Trevor, we were like, what are we going to name it? And Trevor was like, well, we're on ramping service, so let's call it RampMeDaddy. And we laughed about it, and we're like, well, why not? Let's have fun with it. So we did not expect to win, but we were selected to move to the finals, and we ended up winning the hackathon. So that's how we got noticed by the Stellar Foundation. We completed the Kickstart program. After that, there was a grant of $15,000, and we're big fans of Stellar team and Stellar product. So feel free to reach out to me directly if you need guidance on getting integrated into the Stellar community. But so yeah, and then after Stellar, after that hackathon, we did hackathon, then we did a program with Stellar Foundation, and then we got invited to do a pre-accelerator program at Draper University. That's the Tim Draper's initiatives for startups. And so that was like a short 3-week program with another grant. So we were actually very fortunate enough to get a healthy amount of grants through this journey. Yeah, and then after the pre-accelerator, we got invited to continue the program at Draper University, where we spent the next probably about 15 weeks actually. And that was in San Mateo, so really in the heart of innovation in Silicon Valley. We got accommodations at Draper University. They have it's a big hotel that they converted to like a little dorm room. Well, it's a pretty big facility. So yeah, it was an exciting journey. From there, we did a small friends and family round, and have been building since, continuing building. And that's yeah, I think I can dive into more details, Matthew, on any of this if you would like.
I guess can you go into more detail about the Tim Draper University? That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was I mean, I think like just within itself, like just being able to pitch to Tim Draper or like hang out with him is pretty badass. um Very I would say that after completing the program, the fact that we can email him or email someone on his team, that's a lot. That's a lot. Having access to a thought leader like that in the space is huge. But yeah, the program, the pre-accelerator that we did, it's the pre-accelerator, it's in San Mateo, 3 weeks of very intense programming. It was like literally probably 8 hours a day. So we when we got invited back to the actual program, we're like, guys, we can't just sit through programming all day, so we need to do actually some work. So actually, and I think that's another great thing about Draper University Accelerator program, that they really take your feedback in, and they accommodate. So for the next program that we did, we were able to scale down on like the programming and listening to speakers. And for different startups, different speakers make sense. And so we were able to pick and choose which ones we want to go to. There were some mandatory ones, but I think it was an excellent experience, especially because we haven't done an accelerator like that before. An official one. We actually did do an accelerator at USC, University of Southern California. We did a startup incubator, which was also an amazing experience, which probably requires another 10 to 15 minutes to give you a full to paint the full picture of how amazing that was. But yeah, I mean, I think Draper University, it's a big alumni infrastructure. Everybody's very supportive. Everybody's there to help you grow, and it's a network that you tap into, and you're part of for the rest of your life.
Is this something you applied for, or because of your exposure through the hackathon, they invited you?
Well, it was. I think it's a combination of both, right? We did get invited to it, but we got invited to it because we crushed it at the previous, because we won the hackathon. Then we got the Stellar Kickstart camp. It's I think maybe there's about 30 companies, 30 startups that they partner with a product development team, and you go through iterations and documentation of what you're building, and they help you prepare for the big build. So we actually crushed it there. We got the first place out of all 30 companies. So I think all of that was noted by the Stellar team, and then Stellar partnered with Draper to uh, run a startup accelerator, and it was very selective. It was about 10 not about, but 10 companies that got in, and we were one of them. And yeah, I would say that it's it was a lot of hard work that went into it, but it was exciting to get in, and it was, oh yeah, we're excited to be a part of it. So they noticed us, but they noticed us because of all of the hard work that we did.
That's really cool. I kind of hope to, who knows, maybe Toronto Dow could be a part of this one time, or we could have our own university.
I think you guys should. Um, yeah, I mean, Samir and I, we went to undergrad together, so we had a lot of good time there. So anything to do with the university, I'm a big fan of. I'm actually getting my MBA right now at USC, at University of Southern California, and I'm actually on campus right now. We have a little working space here that they were gracious enough to give us.
Oh, that's cool. Good luck with your MBA.
Yeah, you're
I
wrapping it up.
have one, and I don't use it.
I don't know how you use it. It's not like a law school where you have something that you pass bar and now you're an attorney. It's but well, one big thing that I really enjoy about USC is that there's a very connected network. So any alumni from my university, I can reach out to, and there would be easily accessible, almost as easily as Tim Draper.
Wow. Yeah, I think it also depends on the school. Like if it's because I got it a long time ago, so I know a few people, but um I don't know if I feel as comfortable reaching out to them with all this time has passed. So maybe that's just a me thing that I need to get over if I ever need to reach out to them.
Yeah, I think one of my friends used to say, well, I think she still says that, but she says closed mouses don't get fed, and she just asks for things, and most of the time she gets them. So and she's just kind of crushing it.
Well, that's good advice. Maybe I should just randomly just say hi to some people and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I think it never hurts. I think it never hurts.
So back to the wallet. So you have a Telegram account and email, and that's all. That's all you need to do it. If I know nothing about crypto, like that's as simple as that.
That's it. Yeah. So we're thinking, like, I probably got at least, I mean, at least 20, 30 people hit me up when Trump coin was launching, and they're like, how do I buy it? How do I buy it? And that was the biggest indicator for us, where we're like, okay, we need to push this out ASAP, because we're solving exactly for that. Um, you want to buy Trump coin. Where do you buy it? Most of the time, the solution is before it gets listed on like Coinbase, for example. But you would have to download Phantom Wallet. You would have to buy some Solana. You would have to then find the Trump coin through the contract address or whatever, and then swap into it, adjust slippage, um, adjust the priority fee, make sure that the order gets executed. All of that is pretty complex with the existing wallets. With RampMeDaddy, you literally hook up your card to it, and we actually, inside of our app, we do have it's called hot. So those are like the most popping coins right now, and you're able to just click on the coin, click buy, select the amount, make sure that you have enough balance in your RampMeDaddy wallet, and then if you don't, we'll prompt you to fund that wallet, which is also, like I said, very straightforward. You don't have to worry about the gas fees. You don't have to worry about slippage. You don't have to worry about priority fee, any MEV, MEV protection nodes. Like we handle all of that. So you do, as I said in the beginning, you get the familiar experience of an investing app or a banking app, where you have a USD balance and you can buy whatever you want.
That's cool. Just sorry, we've had a technical issue. Anna, could you just re-add Samir as a speaker?
Should we start
Sometimes
from the
this
top?
happens.
Yes.
No.
Rewind?
No. We heard you and Samir heard you. Just sometimes Twitter randomly loses people lose their speaker status. Fortunately, you did not. Otherwise, that would have been, I don't know, you would have talked into nothing.
I have
for
just invited him.
Oh man, is it PG?
Yeah. Remember you used to at some point you were like a motorcycle rider or whatever. You had like a bike.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And I remember for the first time you gave me a ride on your motorcycle to go to the accounting class.
Is that what we call it? A motorcycle?
And so I remember that we were late to the class or something. So both of us coming to we rode through the whole campus, and then we're holding our helmets in our hands, and we're getting to the accounting class with our helmets and shit. And that felt so cool. What's that?
We were holding hands?
No, we were holding helmets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we were getting into the class with helmets, and everyone's looking at us. And at that moment, I felt like such a cool guy because of that freaking motorcycle ride.
Oh, that's
yeah.
the effect I have on people.
But yeah, that's I actually forgot about that, and I just remembered about this randomly, so I just wanted to because you were talking about college and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's I try to inspire and motivate people as much as possible, and so I hope you. I think you got a good grade in that class, if I remember correctly, because you did get that degree. So
I did get that degree, but as far as my grades go, there's no comment.
Yeah, well, I'll take the credit for
that. So about the wallet, you mentioned no C phrase.
I like how Matt is just not commenting at all. He's just moving on.
Moving on. My grades suck too. That's why I'm moving on. It brought bad memories.
Oh, I think grades, just like age, is just a number. It means nothing.
I guess in this case, it's a letter.
Yeah, I mean, I had terrible letter grades, but I worked hard since my undergrad and was able to get admitted to one of the top business schools. So I think it's fine. I think GPA doesn't really matter as much as they make it out to be.
That's true. I mean, to be honest, even in job applications, I don't think I've ever had to. Once in a while, they'll ask for a transcript, but it's fairly rare now.
If they're asking for a transcript, I'm not even applying there. It sounds like a toxic city to work at.
That's true.
At RampMeDaddy, we don't ask for transcripts. We only ask for grit, passion, and drive.
That's all right. So if you're an MBA with a C+ average,
we're hiring you. A
Actually,
students.
can you get a
No,
C
well,
plus average in MBA? I don't think my school lets you. I think a B minus was the equivalent of a 50.
yeah, I think you need a 3.0, which is a B to graduate. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a B minus or a B student,
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I think A students overanalyze everything and they don't make decisions fast enough. Good for analysts, though.
Yeah,
that's
A
true.
students go work at KPMG.
Yeah, they're, yeah.
But yeah, so moving on. Yeah, so the seed phrase, it's the seed phrase, the private phrase, private key. Everyone hates it, but it just seems to be the necessary evil of the crypto world. Um, but if you don't save it and you lose it, that money's gone. I remember like with that Pi airdrop, it took like a month for me to find the seed phrase. I completely forgot about it because like I was new when it started, and it was like 6 years ago. And then they're like, "Oh, just put in your seed phrase." I was like, did I keep that?" I finally found it on a random piece of paper, but I almost lost like quite a bit of money because of that. So how I lose my wallet on RampMeDaddy for whatever reason. How do I get it back?
I mean, definitely a extremely valid question. So there is a number of, I guess, security precautions um, that we take. So you do have an ability to extract your seed phrase. So there is that functionality, but we do use your Telegram handle as the level one protection, and then we use your email to uh, authenticate yourself into the app. So you can it's not we if you want to extract your um, keys, then you can extract them, store them, and really do whatever you want with them. But if you lose them, you can extract them again as long as you have access to your email. But we don't store the keys. Keys are, and I think Slava would probably be a better person to add details on that, and we can probably even have a separate call to dive into the technical details. But the keys are not there's different shards, and they're never stored. Nothing is stored in any place. It's a pretty um, sophisticated technology that basically compiles the key only to sign the transactions. But other than that, your email is your access point.
And I remember when Ledger came out with their version, everyone kind of understandably were concerned uh, because they kind of just revealed that, oh yeah, it's possible for us to get your seed phrase the entire time. Um, and so there's always been has to be a balance, right, between security and convenience.
Right.
Uh, Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can always request to re-export your keys if you would like to. But on our side, we can never sign the transaction for you or export your keys.
That's good. I feel like that's a good compromise with security. And what Ledger did, all they had to do was just bring out a special device to just be like, hey, if you guys don't want to do this, by all means, don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I also the way I look at it. Another thing worth mentioning is that we do have your biometrics like Face ID to sign transactions, like passkeys, um, which is which I think is the next level of iteration. So you not only need to have your uh, access to your email to extract the seed phrases, but you also need to do the biometric scan in order to view them. So those are the conveniences. And again, the way I look at it is, if you want to store assets in a secure way, in a secure place, put them on a hardware wallet, cold storage, and put it in a safe deposit box, and maybe put your seed phrases in another safe deposit box, maybe in a different bank. But like you said, Matthew, if we want to meet somewhere at the intersection of convenience and security and usability, and in order to do that, we need to give on some of those cold storage practices. And also, I mean, if you look at it, if you dig in deeper a little bit, like if I remember correctly, like Bybit had cold storage with some of their assets, and they still got, I guess, hacked, and those assets got leaked. With RampMeDaddy, the nature of the wallets are all self-custodial. So in order to leak any, or I guess drain the wallets, you can't drain the wallets for all clients. You need to whatever social engineer every client separately to get access to their wallets, if you're able to do that. But I mean, we've gone through this with some of the heavy hitters in the cryptography space, and really the only way that exists right now is if you put a gun to my head and you tell me to sign this transaction over, then you'll get access to my wallet, but none of the other wallets of RampMeDaddy clients. So we take security very seriously, and that's the reason that we decided to build this. And in the past life, we built a crypto IRA platform. That structure was omnibus, and we've learned a lot from there, and we're applying all of that in RampMeDaddy infrastructure now.
I guess this is just a quick personal question. The Face ID on my phone is broken. Does that mean I can't use you?
You would just use the passcode, assuming that you have an yeah. Just how if you scan your face to unlock it, it would prompt you to do the whatever 4-digit or 6-digit or 8, whatever digits you set up. You just enter the passcode.
Yeah, I have the iPhone 11, and a new phone is like $2,000, so I'm just holding on to this for dear life.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes it even more secure. There is no Face ID.
But yeah, and with these tariffs, God, they're probably even going to be more expensive, even though it's not in the U.S. I'm not in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this then. RampMeDaddy will be rolling out we're testing a referral infrastructure where for a limited time, for about 3 months, you would make 50% fees of what we generate from the trading of the meme coins. So, that could be a great way to buy a new phone and maybe a few cars.
That's true. A few cars, you said.
Yeah, so we've been brainstorming a lot on how do we make RampMeDaddy a success, and how do we make it go viral. One of the ways that we're going to try out, and so far we're getting extremely good feedback on it, is we're just going to ref share our fees. So we charge about 1.5% per trade when people are trading meme coins, and for the affiliates that are enrolled in this program, they get 50% for the first 3 months and 25% rev share for the basically in perpetuity. And I think
I can't believe you created an affiliate program and didn't even hit me up, bro. I'm offended. That's literally what I do.
Well, I'm hitting you up now.
Yeah, we got to talk more.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna keep you up for it. All right.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we're excited, is that we're able to give back to the people in the community, right? I mean, not in the nonprofit way, but if you're part of the ecosystem, we want you to grow with us, and if you drive traffic to our platform, you get to benefit from that as well. And you guys are actually the first publicly open space that I share that on. So
About the affiliate program?
yes.
Hell yeah. Let's get that affiliate ref link ASAP for Toronto
Yeah.
DAO.
We'll shoot it over. Yeah. I mean, that could be very lucrative.
I think we've gone through a lot of questions. I'll take it on myself to sort of finalize and conclude the space. I really appreciate you guys coming on Toronto DAO space. And thank you, Andre. Thank you, Slava, Trevor, and the whole RampMeDaddy team. Our Zealy code for everyone who is listening wants to get some extra points. The Zealy code is RampMeDAO. RampMeDAO. RampMeDAO, all one word, lowercase. That's the Zealy code. But yeah, man. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think I mean everybody's welcome to come test out the RampMeDaddy app. So it's in Telegram. If you go to Telegram, it's at RampMeDaddy bot. B-O-T. You will right now. You'll have to enter your email to join. Very, very excited to hear customer feedback. So if you have some feedback, some recommendations or thoughts, definitely feel free to reach out. Let us know. We'll take it into consideration, and hope to be invited back in maybe 3 to 6 months once we have the product growing, so we can share the hopefully more insight on what we've learned so far.
Yeah, we should. Two things. First, absolutely send us the referral link, and second thing, for this part 2 of this conversation, should be you, Slav, and Trevor, all together, 3 co-founders, kind of like saying how it is, updating us on your progress. I definitely want to set this up for you guys.
100%. Yeah, we would love that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate our producer, Anna, for helping us out here. And thank you so much, Matthew, for hosting. And of course, Andre, thank you to you and the whole RampMeDaddy team.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us. Matthew, Samir, Anna, thanks for setting this up. On to DAO. We'll see you guys soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being part of the spaces.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you, guys.